You're the quiet one in every room. While everyone else is talking, laughing, performing, you're just there. Watching. People think you're shy. Maybe awkward. Maybe you just don't have anything to say. But that's not it, is it? You're not quiet because you can't speak. You're quiet because you're studying them. In this video, you're going to learn the dark psychology behind the quiet person in every room, and why silence, when used correctly, is one of the most dangerous tools you can have. Stay until the end, because once you understand this, you'll never feel weak for being quiet again. Here's the truth most people don't understand. Every room has two types of people: the performers and the observers. Performers need attention. They need validation. They need to be seen, heard, and remembered. So they talk loud. They tell stories. They interrupt. They fill every silence with noise. And while they're performing, you're watching. You're not just hearing their words. You're reading their body language. You're noticing who they look at when they laugh. You're picking up the slight change in tone when they talk about someone they don't like. You're collecting data. And here's the dark part. While they think they're winning the room, they're actually showing you exactly who they are. Their insecurities, their motives, their weaknesses. And you gave them nothing. The second psychological advantage of silence is this: silence forces people to project. When you don't say much, people start filling in the blanks themselves. They wonder what you're thinking. They wonder if you like them. They wonder if you're judging them. And because humans hate uncertainty, they start overcompensating. They talk more. They try to impress you. They reveal more than they should. And all you did was nothing. This is the dark psychology of silence. It creates a void, and most people will fill it with their own fears and assumptions. You become a mirror. Whatever they're insecure about, they project onto you. If they think you're judging them, it's because they're already judging themselves. If they think you don't like them, it's because they don't fully like themselves. And the more you stay silent, the more they expose. Here's another dark trait of quiet people. You don't react immediately. When someone says something offensive, rude, or tries to test you, most people react instantly. They get defensive. They argue. They try to prove themselves. But you pose. You process. You decide whether it's even worth your energy. And that delay, it intimidates people. Because when someone tries to provoke you and you don't react, they lose control of the situation. They were expecting drama. They were expecting emotion. They were expecting you to play their game. But you didn't. Instead, you just looked at them, calmly, like you're analyzing a bug under a microscope. And that silence, that lack of reaction, breaks them. Because now, they don't know where they stand. They don't know if you're unaffected or if you're just waiting for the right moment to destroy them. And that uncertainty, that's where your power lives. Most people think the loudest person in the room has the power. But that's not how it works. The person who controls the frame has the power. And here's the truth. When you're quiet, people start orbiting around your energy. They check your reactions. They look at you to see if you're engaged. They wait to see if you'll speak. Without saying a word, you've made yourself the reference point. This is what happens when you refuse to fill every silence. You stop being reactive and start being magnetic. People are drawn to what they can't fully read. And you're unreadable. You don't give cheap reactions. You don't laugh at everything. You don't agree just to blend in. So when you do speak, everyone listens. Because your words have weight. They're not just noise. They're intentional. But here's where it gets dark. Being quiet can either be power, or it can be a prison. If you're silent because you're scared, because you think no one will care what you say, because you've convinced yourself you don't matter, then you're not using silence strategically. You're just hiding. And hiding is not power. Hiding is survival mode. Real power is when you choose silence. You could speak. You could dominate the conversation. But you don't. Because you know that silence, observation, and strategic withholding gives you more leverage than anything you could say. So ask yourself, are you quiet because you're afraid? Or are you quiet because you see more value in watching the game than playing it loudly? If it's the first one, you need to work on your self-worth. If it's the second one, you're already more dangerous than most people in that room. So how do you actually use this? First, stop apologizing for being quiet. Don't say, "Sorry, I'm just an introvert." Don't explain yourself. Don't shrink. Your silence is not a flaw. It's a filter. Second, use silence to test people. When someone asks you a question, don't rush to answer. Pause. Look at them. Let them feel the weight of the silence. Watch how they react. Do they get nervous? Do they keep talking to fill the gap? Do they backtrack? That tells you everything you need to know about their confidence and their motives. Third, speak only when it adds value. Don't talk just to be part of the noise. Don't agree just to fit in. Don't laugh at jokes that aren't funny. When you do speak, make it sharp. Make it count. Make it something people remember. And finally, embrace the discomfort. Silence makes people uncomfortable. That's the point. When you stop trying to make everyone comfortable, you stop being manipulated by social pressure. You become untouchable. You were never supposed to be loud. You were supposed to see what loud people miss. While they perform, you observe. While they expose themselves, you stay hidden. While they react, you calculate. And in the end, The quiet person is the one who holds all the cards. If this explained you, don't ignore it. There's a whole psychology behind people like you. Observers, silent thinkers, people who refuse to waste words. If you want to go deeper, watch my next video about why toxic people always find you, and how to flip that signal so high-value people are drawn to you instead. Your silence is not weakness. It's a weapon.